I am super excited for today because we finally got our engine all cleaned up. It's ready for reassembly. We got all of our other parts on the tractor ready, and so we're going to be able to start putting everything back together, hopefully get this thing fired up today. I spent quite a bit of time last night, but got our block nicely cleaned out. That thing's like brand new inside again. Got our head area here cleaned off. Everything's nicely done. We got our valves ground down, so we should have a good seat and have good compression on there. And this thing just looks fantastic. We got everything cleaned out on it, and I'm really pleased with how well this came out. It's nice and smooth. We should have good seals in there. We should have no problems. We also got our oil pan here cleaned out. Everything's good to go. Now, I am going to be going ahead and changing out these seals on here. And I have this packet here, and I ordered this off of Amazon from Stens. Part number is 480-149, and I'll put a link to it down below in the description. But this comes with all of our seals and gaskets and everything we need to do a rebuild here on our motor. So we're going to get those seals replaced, get the gaskets put on, and get this motor put back together. Let me take you over to our parts table and show you what we have over there. See, I got our crank and our rings, our cam. Everything's laid out nicely here. Good. That came out really nice. Here I got our piston done, and it's all nicely cleaned up. Look at that. That's also now ready to be reinstalled. I have our valves are all cleaned up, and they're ready to go. So we're ready to go ahead and start putting our motor back together. As we move across here, I just have all of our other parts laid out. I went ahead and spray painted the muffler. We'll see how long that lasts. My luck with using high temperature paint hasn't been good in the past, but we'll give it a try. Here we have our distributor, or our coil, I'm sorry. We have that done. We have all of our contacts clean. That's ready to go. We have our stator. Went through and cleaned it out really good. Got everything good to go on that. We have our new replacement carburetor right here. And then just along here, I have some of our other parts laid out so that we're ready to go ahead and reinstall everything. We went through, cleaned them all up, painted them. You see, here's our flywheel. We even cleaned off our contacts down in there, so that should do really well. We have our seat springs and everything, so we're looking really good there.
started up the mower, ran great, ran for about 5 minutes, decided to shut it off so we could move some things around, and went to start up the mower again, and sure enough, it wouldn't start. In fact, it was doing the same thing. We were getting backfire out through the carburetor. Double checked the keyway, it was good. Decided to go ahead and pull off the head, and when I did, sure enough, our valve seat has come back out of the head again, and that is causing our problem. Same thing we had actually to start with. And so I went online, did some research, and one of the key solutions to fixing this, I just pushed it back in, or actually tapped it back in and set it in position. But actually what they're saying, and Briggs&Stratton even has a TSB on this, and that is once you get it put back in, you actually take a punch and you go around where this valve seat sits, and you will punch into the aluminum head, more or less expanding it and causing it to grip onto that ring or that seat once again and hold it in position. I'm really leery of that. It just doesn't seem natural to me to take a punch and start putting punch marks inside of an aluminum head like this, but Briggs&Stratton even has a TSB on it, so I think that's the way we're going to go. It's a lawnmower engine, and this is a learning process, and so this is definitely something new I'll be learning today. This is going to be different. So the plan now is we're going to get this reseated back into position. I'm going to take my punch and go around the edges and do the punch just like the TSB says, and then we'll put it back together and see if that solves it. So after all this work, we finally got the motor all put back in. Everything's been gone through. We decided to go ahead and put our plates back here on the side of the mower, so it just makes it easier for us to ride it and be able to do the brakes and that. We have everything back together. Really, we're at a point where we have to put the mower deck on and we have to put the hood and all that on the front, but in terms of the motor, we're all set up. So now's the big moment of truth. We're going to find out if all this work that we've gone to is actually going to be worth the while, and if we can get this thing to start. So Luke here's pretty excited to get this rolling. We both have our hearing protection, and let's see if this thing will start up for us. All right, let's see what you got. Oh yeah, dude! High five! Well, so that is fantastic. I can't believe how good this thing runs. Started right up pretty fast there, huh? That's pretty impressive. So we're pretty happy with that. Now comes the other big part that we're really concerned about, and that is, since this thing's never run, we don't know if the transmission works in this thing or if it's even gonna move. And so that's gonna be another big thing here that we're getting ready to try. So hopefully when Luke puts this into gear, and I guess we'll see if we can back it out of here first, and then we'll see if it moves forward. But now's our other big moment of truth. Let's see if the transmission works. If so, I think we can start to wrap this project up. All we're gonna have to do is put the body panels on. So Luke, I'm gonna go ahead and let you start it up again. This is the big moment, man. Let's see if it moves. Wow. So I don't think we could ask for any better result than that. We got forward, we got reverse, it started up great, it's idling good. We may need to do a little bit of adjustment there on the carburetor, but I got to tell you, all things considered, from where we started at, I think this is pretty awesome. So we're pretty much ready to start wrapping up the final parts of this project. So we'll put the front end on. Tomorrow we're going to take care of putting the mower deck. I started sharpening up the blades and getting them balanced. So we'll get that finished, get it put on, and then this project's gonna be wrapped up. Now, when we're done with this one, we're actually gonna sell this one. And because we have two others, we have a Cub Cadet that you see sitting out there, and it also needs a motor in it, and we'll be doing another video on that later. As you can imagine, it's a Kohler Courage, and it has a cracked block. So we're gonna be taking on that project as soon as this one's done, and we still have that Troy built too. So slowly we're gonna get through all these. So we're gonna call it a night for today, and we're gonna put this thing away, and tomorrow we'll get back at it again. And on that note, we're gonna wrap this video up. I'll tell you what, Luke and I had a great time with this project. We had a lot of fun going through this thing, fixing up the motor on it, finding out what was wrong, getting the problem solved on it. We went through, fixed up the mower deck, sharpened up the blades, got them balanced. We even took the time, went ahead and gave it a new paint job. We polished up the front headlamp on it. And so you know what? We took this mower that was ready to go to the junkyard, and I think we did a pretty good job of being able to refurbish it, and hopefully now it's going to be able to give somebody else many years of service mowing their lawn. So, you know, Luke and I hope you had a good time watching this video with us and coming along with us on this project. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, why don't you hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoyed this, please hit that like button for us. It just lets YouTube know that you appreciate our content. As always, I appreciate you stopping by, and thanks for watching.